All right, shalom, shalom, brother Zachariah, back with part 2 of this highways and byways. Okay, like I said, I didn't want to compact it all into one because it'd be harder to upload the videos and stuff like that. The software that I use to edit my videos, it like if I go over 35 minutes, and I was like, okay, so I'm gonna try to keep them, split them up, because I think that if I combine it together, it'll be way longer than that. But still on the topic, which is Africa is fed up with the West, okay? Which the West, like I said in the previous one, is Babylon, okay? Babylon the Great, all right? So moving on, man, this article here, man, and it's called Vanguard. This was back on the 28th of July, and it says Russia writes off $23 billion debt for Africa, okay? And some may say this man got hidden motives or something. Who knows? I don't know. But man, they loving Putin over there in Africa, and they hating the West, man. They hating the West, and they hating these nations part of the EU, the UN and all that. They tired of them, man. They tired. All right, but this article says Vladimir Putin, the Russian president, says the Russian government has written off $23 billion debt burden of Africa countries. Putin spoke at the plenary session of the ongoing Second Russia-Africa Summit 2023, holding from July 27th to the 28th. Okay?
Sit back and talk like it ain't a crime. And if you don't like the sip, well, let the sip it gonna kiss you goodbye. Welcome to the country. Welcome to the country. Well, them country boys love to ride. Well, them country boys love to ride.
And a warm reception
Welcome to
from
the
the man behind Ukraine's brutal 16-month war.
We're dripping that sipping mud ain't a
Leaders
crime.
of 6
Lord
African
knows still
nations
ain't a crime.
on a rare state visit to Russia, arriving with a clear
Let's go and ride. Welcome to the country.
All right, this is the book of Isaiah, chapter 13, verse 17. It says, "Behold, I will stir up the Medes against them, which shall not regard silver, and as for gold, they shall not delight in it." And the stirring up, Yahweh Bashim Yahushua has stirred them up. He's stirring them up to write off that $23 billion debt, man. That's Yahweh Bashim Yahushua doing that. He's stirring them up. When you go into Ezekiel 38:4, it tells you he's gonna put the hook in the jaws of them, man. And that's talking about those Russians, okay? But he is the one that's stirring them up to do what they're doing and everything. And this is the reason why Babylon the Great fears them. That's why they keep an eye on these people, man. And they're making him out to be an enemy because technically he is. He's an enemy to their kingdom, because this man's gonna play a part in their downfall, And these devils are scared, man. So they're making him out to be this evil man, which he's a tool. He's being used by Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, man, right now, And this man's gonna play a big part in the downfall of this man's so-called kingdom, okay? All right, but now moving on, we have uproars of the people in Niger, okay, and they want France out and they want Russia in, okay. So I'm gonna pull this article up, okay, and this is the Guardian. It says what's behind the Niger coup. It says after last week's surprise coup in Niger. The Russian military group Wagner is taking advantage of the chaos and anti-French sentiment, says the journalist Gare Amadou in Niamey, if I'm pronouncing that right, while ordinary Nigerians are preparing for the worst. Okay? And it says, is this real solid support from Russia and Niger? It says Russia's support in Niger is limited to so-called pan-Africanists or outer globalization circles, mainly through social media networks. Occasionally, however, street demonstrations calling for the withdrawal of the French army from Niger are made by civil society or trade unions. During these, Russian flags are regularly waved. M62, a civil society umbrella organization set up in 2022, is one of the leading movements surfing a wave of anti-French sentiment, along with the belief that Russian military support through the Wagner Group can help Niger in the fight against terrorism. Some members of the M62 make no secret of their desire to see Niger forge relations with the paramilitary Wagner. All right, but you know, one of the things was like they looked at France, and this just to show you, Esau Edom, man, got his hand on all these nations everywhere. You know, you got Hamites speaking French. You know, some of the music I listen to is in French. You know, there's a lot of Jakes, man, that are over there in France. You know, and I listen to music in French, and you know, I kind of learn words and pick up words and stuff. Maybe, hey, I might be able to tell a brother, you know, in French, you know, that hey, you an Israelite. You know what I'm saying? That's why I like to listen to other music, just, you know, like brothers like just rap, you know, English. You know, I like to listen. I'll listen to music in Spanish and stuff like that. You know, but there's a scripture that comes to mind, you know, because you might have Hamites in Niger, but you got Israelites there as well, you know. And like I said, it's a spirit, man, and things are getting stirred up right now, man, and people, you know, it's sedition among men and stuff like that. Okay, but this is Lamentations 4:17, and it says, "As for us, our eyes as yet failed for our vain help, and in our watching we have watched for a nation that could not save us." And in that case, France. So they giving the boot. They want you know, them out of there. Okay, so here we go. Niger wants Russia in, and they just recently received, as I was reading a little bit in that article, they got 11,000 of the Russian group called Wagner. They got them to fly in. Okay.
The Wagner Group have arrived today at the Niamey airport in Niger. As you can see in the pictures, these are fresh pictures of the Wagner mercenaries in Niger currently as we speak. The CEO of the Wagner Group, Yegoni Progression, said they did not come to Niger to fight. He said they came to Niger to turn over Mohamed Bazoum to ECOWAS, for ECOWAS to find a country in West Africa for which Mohamed Bazoum will rule. So therefore, if ECOWAS is coming to Niger, they should be coming to Niger to collect their puppet. But if they are coming to Niger to invade Niger, they are going to feel the full weight of the Wagner fighter. So currently as we speak, over 11,000 Wagner troops are currently in Niger. According to them, they said they are going to train their men between the border of Niger and Nigeria, which is in Sokoto State. Guys, what are your thoughts? Is ECOWAS and Tinubu ready for the smoke? Drop a comment respectfully, guys.
Okay. Now moving on, this is a CNN World News article, and it says Europeans evacuated from Niger as neighboring West African juntas warn against intervention. So, you know, they telling them, hey, you need to get on out of here. You know what I'm saying? Things are getting crazy. You know, you're going to have these Edomites going to start getting attacked and everything. They protesting and going crazy. You know, these people over here, man, these Africans, man, they ain't playing around. Okay? You know, and matter of fact, there's a video talking about Guinea. You know, they're banning Americans over there.
Americans are running away from La Guinea. As you can see in these pictures, these are fresh pictures of American citizens escaping from La Guinea with immediate effect. On Monday, July 17, 2023, the military coup leader of La Guinea, Mamadou Doumbouya, issued a statement that said that all Americans should leave the country within 7 days. According to the military coup leader, Mamadou Doumbouya, he said Americans that are in the country are manipulating the system and forcing the LGBTQ rights in the faces of traditional people. According to the La Guinea leader, Mamadou Doumbouya, he said LGBTQ is not a practice of the people of Guinea and will never be a practice. So right now, as we speak, if you are an American and you have an American passport, you are no longer allowed to travel to Guinea. So the people that are currently in Guinea, the American citizens that are currently in Guinea, they were asked to leave the country within 7 days or face massive and conducive prosecution. Guys, drop a comment respectfully.
Okay? And I think this is the one I'm looking for. This is Isaiah 13 and 14. And it says, and it shall be as a chased roe, and as a sheep that no man taketh up. They shall every man turn to his own people, and flee everyone into his own land. And you're going to see a lot of this. They're going back into their own lands. Because, you know, these Edomites, like I said, they're everywhere. They're everywhere, man. You find them in all types of lands that they ain't have no business being in. They don't know the language enough. They just there, you know, because they want to, you know, this is the thing. It says they have to do with heaven. They're going to be everywhere in all the best places. You know, they'll be in your country living in the best places while you living in a shack or something. That's the way these devils are, man. Okay? That spirit is on them. But now people are waking up and seeing these devils for who they are. Okay? This is another article here. This is the AP news. It says the French embassy in Niger is attacked as protesters waving Russian flags march through the capital. So okay, so now hey, they're like I said, they're attacking people and they're out there, you know, waving Russian flags. 'Cause like I said, they're starting to be joined onto Russia. You know, they're looking at Russia now. You know, at one point, the West used to be everything. You know, people wanted to fly over here. You got a lot of these Hamites or even our people, you know what I'm saying? That are over there in that land. They want to get relief, and they come from there and they come over here because they think this place is the promised land. This is the land of milk and honey. And once upon a time, it was. You know, when the Israelites were ruling, and this was only left to them. But once Esau came over here, this place, man, is a concrete jungle. You know, it's hell. Okay. But I'm getting ready to pull up. This is 2nd Ezra, chapter 15, and I'm gonna start at verse 14. All right, and it says, "Woe to the world and them that dwell therein." Woe means destruction. Verse 15 says, "For the sword and their destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up and fight against another." And this is what you're seeing, and swords in their hand. Okay, "For there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power." And this is what you're seeing. This is why a lot of these people, they don't care. They attacking. They rioting and fighting police officers and all that, man. Stuff is going crazy. You know, there's uproars of the people over actually in the Holy Land. You know, them small headers, they're at it with each other. You know, but all that is the doing of the Heavenly Father, man. And all we gotta do is just sit back and eat the popcorn and enjoy the show. You know, of course, we come out and we do the work and warn our people because we're here making our call and election sure and seeking out our own salvation. But all hell's breaking loose, and it's beautiful, man. This is a beautiful time, man. But give me a second. This wasn't part of the lesson, but there was a video or an article, I mean. If I can find it. But it was one about a Jake, man. He came, this might be the article. I'm hoping it is. I think this is the article. I'm not sure, but this one says 2020. I thought that was more of a recent one. But it says Samuel from Nigeria stands amid tents set up for migrants near Costa Rica border with Nicaragua, where he rests ahead of continuing his journey north to the United States. After crossing an ocean and dense, dangerous jungle and multiple borders, migrants from Africa and beyond are now trapped by a pandemic in Latin America. Okay, this is not the article I had, but You know, it says stuck in a limbo while waiting for their chance at a better life. Okay? So he was going through all that to come here. But you know, when they come, they're going to find out this is a nightmare. It says, Aisha sits in front of a drab green tent, a camp set up for migrants near Costa Rica border with Nicaragua. I know people in Nicaragua, okay? It is, those are Israelites too, by the way. The rainy season, just as it would be 92,000 kilometers away in Aisha's home in West Africa, okay? And you know, Nigerians are Israelites too. A lot of them are. You know, you got Hamites amongst them as well, you know. We don't say that they all are Israelites, but you know, predominantly there's some Israelites out there in Nigeria, okay? A lot of them got converted to Islam. Her journey has been, oh, okay, this is a woman. All right, her journey has been full of tragedy, even before moments 2 years ago when she decided out of sheer panic to flee her country. She passed through Brazil, Peru, Ecuador, Colombia, Panama, and now here to this little outpost. Smugglers, drug traffickers, seemingly impassable jungles. The journey would be hard enough under normal circumstances. Add to that the coronavirus. So she went through the whole that phase. But you know, you doing all of that to come and seek relief here, and you're gonna find out this place is a nightmare. But this is not the article I was looking for. Let me see if I can find it. That's not the article. But that this shows you like the mindset of people that's over there. You know, they come over here and they find out like this place is a nightmare. Okay? I just stumbled across this article. It says elites have made the American dream a nightmare for black people. Who's next? It says researchers reveal the enemies to stability and prosperity that threaten us all. What's more American than the dream of the middle class? A well-tended house, the bills paid, the kids in good schools, everybody looking forward to a bright future. Unfortunately, for most black people, this dream has long been a Sisyphean, I don't know what that word is, nightmare in which no amount of hard work or careful plans could bring tantalizing fruit within reach. Okay, yeah, this place is hell, man. This place is a hellhole. And it's not, this is why, you know, and I was listening to Elder Gabar's lesson, man, how he was talking about, like, this place is not our kingdom. You know, this is Esau's. He's like, man, just get your daily bread, man. This is like, he said when Yahushua was telling them, like, you know, give us this day our daily bread. That's the mindset you should be in. You know, don't worry about trying to make a big life out of Babylon. You know, some Israelites actually teach this. Certain camps, they teach for you to go out and get college degrees, be successful, travel the world, and all that. And this is not us, man. It's not us. They showed you that with the whole pandemic thing, where people couldn't even travel unless you got the juice in you. And some, you know, crazy to say, but some of them Israelites was actually getting the juice. They was getting it, you know, because their leaders were telling them to. You know, the scriptures tell you your leaders cause you to err. The leaders of my people cause them to err, you know, and that's wild, man. You know, but this is the mindset of our people. They want to make a life out here, and this is what our people over there in Africa think when they want to come over here. I wish I had that article. I wanted to read that because that was a real good article. That brother, I wanted to do a lesson on it. I don't know. I might have it stored in my notes or something like that. But that was a really good article where that brother really, you know, he was from Nigeria, I believe, but he came over here and he was like, man, it wasn't what it was made out to be. It was hell, man. You know, he came here and he was struggling and stuff like that. Maybe I'll just read off what I was reading off in the article, you know, since I can't find it. But, you know, he came here and just realized, like, it was really hard to make it. And he was realizing, he actually was going in the article saying that life back home, which he thought was hell, was much better than it is here. You know, and it's true. This place is hell, man. This is the valley of shadow of death, man. This is and this place is wicked. This is Babylon the great melting pot. And a lot of our people are starting to see that, man. And, you know, even the ones that are in other countries, you know, we call them the Israelite foreigners. That's what they are. You know, they're from these other countries, but they trying to come from where they're at, being oppressed. They come here and then find out, hey, man, this is this is much worse. You know, they try to come for relief. But the scriptures also tell you that this is not our rest, and it's not, because this is their kingdom, and it's fallen. So what we need to do is just, you know, the scriptures also tell you use the world but not abuse the world. You know what I'm saying? Just get you know, he's gonna bless you. Yahweh B'Shem Yahshua, when you're obedient and keeping his word and doing the work, he's gonna bless you to where you're gonna get enough to get, you know, what you need, your necessities. And that's it. That's all you need to worry about. Like I said, my bills stay paid. I'm not struggling or nothing like that. I mean, like I said, my bills are paid. I got food and everything. I'm able to go out and get food, afford it, even with these high-ass prices and stuff. You know, you just got to live within your means. But Jake is trying to have that life. They want to keep up with the Joneses. They want to live, you know, envy not thy oppressor, okay? That's the mindset. You know, don't worry about what they got going on. Because at the end of the day, it's all going to crumble, okay? So this is not our mindset, all right? But this says, The Cosby Show, one of the most popular of the 1980s. And see, I'm an 80s baby, so I grew up watching the Cosbys. Depicted black home life with the successful upper middle class Huxtables, where the doctor dad and lawyer mom presided over kids destined to continue along the secure path achieved by their parents. My life wasn't like that. Both of my parents are dysfunctional. If I could do a lesson on just how I was raised and come up, and my parents, you know, my parents divorced when I was born. Man, it was pure dysfunction, pure hell, man. You know, and I was raised by my mother, man, and, you know, of course she was remarried and had a stepfather. That guy wasn't my father, you know, and it was even more hell with that, you know. But when you get, I actually have a relationship and got to meet my father and see my father even at a young age, you know what I'm saying? But, you know, he's jacked up. You know, you look at, you know, our people, man, these curses did a number on our people, and you can see the effects of it, man. That's why I'm grateful out of all my siblings that, you know, Yahweh chose me and woke me up to this truth, man. You know, and if any of them, you know, they decide, you know, they might wake up or they want to listen or hear, I'm here, I'm waiting, you know what I'm saying? And I'll bring out, you know, what I've learned in this truth. I don't know it all, but I learned enough, you know, to, you know, educate and show my people and wake them up to who we are, man. All right. It says proponents of the show assume it reflected a new reality in which institutionalized racism and racial inequality had gone the way of separate water fountains and segregated schools. Kids could benefit from wealth accumulated by their family. Everyone had a chance to prosper in the new land of opportunity. Hey, and that's far from it. You know, they had jobs back in the day, like the 70s and 80s. So they had these companies, or even here in the city that I'm in, they had Colgate. You know, Colgate was a big thing. And in that building, and a lot of people, Jakes were working there, and they would retire and make good money, and they had benefits and stuff of it. They ended up shutting that down because see, they don't want that. They've been poisoning our people with the water, the food. They've been doing this stuff for a long time. It's just really coming to light, and a lot of our people still survive and endure because Yahweh B'Shem Yahshua has blessed us. See, the Bible tells you in Psalms 82:6, I believe, that ye are gods, all of you are children of the Most High. So this devil done stuff to our people, but we still here. They spray the skies with these chemicals, and they do stuff to us. They experiment on us, but yet we're still here. We're still standing, and this devil's getting mad because this devil's trying to wipe us out, you know, because he wants to offset prophecies, you know, because he knows we're next, you know. But he took away many jobs away from here, and a lot of these jobs now, they don't pay nothing. They talk crazy to you. They treat you like crap, you know, and or they will pay you, but the thing is, they work you to death, you know. So this is what we're dealing with, man. And okay, let's see. What else it says here? And it says, but according to economist Derek Hamilton, that's not the country's reality. Not then, not now. Even in the 21st century, Black Americans remain what he calls a subsistence subsistence population in which economic anxiety never ceases, as he puts it. Okay, but yeah, those are the curses too. The Most High said that you will always be the tail. They'll be the head and you will be the tail. No matter where you at, no matter what nation, you can be an Israelite foreigner in these other countries, and you still at the bottom. You at the tail. And the only way you really succeed is if you know, dealing with these, you know what I'm saying? You know, bow down to this devil. You know, you get into something, make a covenant with him. Okay? But, let's see. And he says, as he puts it, there's really isn't a black middle class if it's defined by wealth. Because black people in Marseille do not have wealth. He said that's because ever since emancipation from slavery, every gain blacks have made has been met by people in power finding new ways to hold them back. This pernicious phenomenon has happened in every era, getting amplified in each crisis, when those who had managed to gain a foothold in the middle class are hammered. Yeah, that's how it works. This time around with the C-19, black people and other vulnerable populations are forced to choose between sliding down the economic ladder or going to work and winding up in a casket. Hey, man. Hey, but there's more on this, but like I said, I ain't gonna read all that. But I wish I had that article, man. That one article, but it's crazy. We're gonna go ahead and move on. We got this guy here. His name is Julius Malema. He's a South African. Okay, this guy's a Hamite, and he had there's an article here, Daily Mail. You know, one of the brothers posted it on YouTube, and I seen it. I was like, oh man, I gotta speak on this. And it says white people, which are your Edomites, will be the first target. Okay, South African Julius Malema warns of impending violence because the poor are getting poorer. So see, there's a scripture that speaks about oppression. Okay, so just give me a second as I get that pulled up. This is Ecclesiastes chapter 7 verse 7. It says, surely oppression maketh a wise man mad, and a gift destroyeth the heart. So oppression will make a wise man mad. And you see, these Hamites are mad. You know, they down there, there's a lot of, you got Edomites down there talking about they South African. Come on, man. That ain't your land. That's a lot of them down there are Zulus, you know. That's some Zulu tribes and stuff like that. But you got, like I said, you got Jakes amongst them. But it's a uproar of the people there, man. Okay? So they becoming the target. And I had brought this out earlier in part 1 of this lesson, but I'm gonna bring it out again because, man, this bad boy, man, it's on point. This is Obadiah chapter, Obadiah 2, you know, verse 2, because it's only one chapter, all right, in the book of Obadiah. It's just one of the shortest books, but hey, Obadiah's cold, man. He went right in on, it's all about going in on Edom. I love the book of Obadiah, all right, but this is Obadiah verse 2, and it says, behold, I have made thee small among the heathen, thou art greatly despised. So all these nations hate Esau, Edom. They just, a lot of people made covenants with him and drunk of that wine because they were afraid of this man. This man had power. He had the nuclear stuff, and they made an example out of, you know, they had that movie Oppenheimer, but they made an example out of them. So a lot of people got afraid and got in line. They're like, hey, we ain't gonna make war. Who can make war with this man? You know what I'm saying? You know, they got this type of weapons. But you got another video clip, man. This is Malema down there in South Africa, and he's yelling out, we are Putin, okay?
We are with President Putin, and we want to say to President Putin, it is not us South Africans who refused you from coming into the country. It is Ramaphosa, the coward Ramaphosa, who could not guarantee that we will not arrest Putin. We are Putin, and Putin is us, and we will never support imperialism against President Putin. Comrades, America is threatening us with African Growth and Opportunity Act that if we don't arrest Putin, they are going to take away AGOA they can take away AGOA and leave us with our sovereignty and leave us with our foreign policy. We must have the capacity to take a decision of our own. We call on the President of the People's Republic of China, India and Brazil not to come to BRICS Summit in solidarity with President Putin. They must say, you touch one of us, you touch all of us.
This is the book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 9, and I'm going to start at verse 3, and it says, therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes, which we see earthquakes, and uproars of the people in the world. Okay? Verse 4, and it says, then shalt thou well understand that the Most High spake of those things from where the days that were before thee, even from the beginning. So the Most High said these things was going to happen. You're seeing upwards of the people. You know, and these people are talking about they're going to be killing Edomites down there, man. Hey, these people are mad, you know. What did I say earlier? What was that in the book of Jeremiah, that these nations are mad? Hey, you're seeing it, man. Prophecy is being fulfilled right now. And this devil is somewhere shaking in his boots, you know. This is why this man's going to shut everything down. Because, see, he's in rulership. So he's going to shut everything down and come back with that that mark, man. That charagma, man. You know, the MOTB that we always talk about. Y'all know, you know what that is. If you've been tuning in these lessons, you know what that thing is. Even the heathen know, that are not even in the know of this truth. They know what the MOTB is. You know, I was just talking to a average old Edomite out and just said something about the mark, and he's like, yeah, I ain't taking that micro, you know what, the CHIP. All right. But this is Obadiah 1 and 7. Okay. And I'm going to end it on this. You know, Lord willing, this was edifying, okay? I know, you know, I was reading articles and all that kind of stuff and maybe going off and reading on some other topics, but Lord willing, this was edifying, because that's what it's all about, man. You know, and I love this tripod. I'm happy. Call Allah Yahweh Bashimi Awashai, man. He's really been blessing me, man, and I'm just grateful. You know, like I said, I ain't perfect. I'm not perfect. You know, we all about 50 rags, but I come out here to make my call and election sure. I am sincere and I love my people, man. That's why we do this, man. I love my people, you know, even those that come up against me. You know, I heard that one guy that came up against me, man, he's missing. He's MIA. He's missing in action. You know, they were talking about me, and this brother's not even out doing videos, lessons, hallways, and byways. I mean, nobody know where he went to, you know. But, you know, I ain't going to gloat over it and talk and like, see, that's what happens, you know. But it's true. You know, if you offend one of Yahweh's little ones, judgment can come on you, man. Be careful what comes out your mouth and how you treat people, you know. But this is Obadiah 1 and 7. It says, all the men of thy confederacy have brought thee even to the border. The men that were at peace with thee have deceived thee and prevailed against thee. They that eat thy bread have laid a wound under thee. There is no understanding in him. And this is what you're seeing. A lot of these nations, they were once allies. You know, you got allies and stuff. Even those so-called people over in the land today, you know, Babylon sends them money, but Babylon's they're gonna turn on Babylon as well. A lot of these nations are going to. So Babylon better get ready, man, because you at the end of your kingdom, man, and everybody gonna turn on you. And this devil, man, is, you know, you're not safe. You know, you're looking over your shoulder everywhere you go. You know, everybody's fed up with you. So Lord willing, this lesson was edifying. I want to give all honor, all glory, all praise unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakakwadash. Double honors to the elders of the nation of Israel. And shalom to you brothers and sisters out there. Till the next one. Shalom.